Hi, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. How are
I
you?
am in 7th heaven, ma'am. After meeting you.
I'm also so delighted to meet you today. You've been following me for such a long time, but because of some reasons, I was not able to align our schedules because you were messaging me on Telegram actually, and I don't,
Yes, ma'am.
check that a lot. So that's
Okay,
why.
okay. Yes, ma'am. Actually, it was my mistake. I thought that okay, that was enough. But afterwards, one day I came to know that sending email about sending email. So
Right.
afterwards, actually, it was my mistake. And as soon as I sent the email, you have responded, ma'am. I'm so glad that I know that you have so many feathers in your cap and you are doing so many works like vlogging. And recently, you have started RJ Style podcasting, right, ma'am?
Right, right. Have you watched that? Have you listened to that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I always listen to that, and when I'm doing my chores, I use my earphone and listen to your melodious voice.
Thank you so much for that. Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
yes, I've already watched a few of your videos with English Yari
Thank you
tutors,
so
and
much. Ma'am.
I am so amazed at your dedication, the way you use your idioms and whatever you are learning on daily basis, you use that. You try to use that in your session. So that's really commendable.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, really. I'm actually before that I'm using some effort. I'm putting some effort, and before that I was just doing some practices. I'm using my daughters for my practice, and I
Hmm.
said to them deliberately these idioms and words so that I could be acquainted with that while conversing.
Right. And when I see you, I can relate it with, someone like you are a bright student in a class, someone who always comes first in the class. So that kind of vibe I have whenever I watch your videos.
Okay, okay, ma'am. But I was not like that. But had I known about my potential earlier, should have studied even better. But I was
Right.
not concentrating on my studies when I was in school or colleges. And while preparing for my bank exam only, I came to know about my potential. And
Right.
afterwards, I got into it, ma'am.
But it's never too late, right? You're still shining.
Yes, ma'am.
Great,
Thank
great.
you so much, ma'am. Actually, you are the apple of the eye for your audience, but you are, what to say, you are appraising me. And this shows that you are modest and you are humble person, ma'am.
Thank you so much for your appreciation as well. But okay, so
Yes.
I would like to know a little bit more about you. Would you mind
Yes,
sharing
ma'am.
something?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I am Mahalakshmi. I hail from Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. I was a lecturer for 4 years, and afterwards, I did my master's in computer science, master's in engineering in computer science department. And meanwhile, I came across my competitive exams, ma'am. And I was doing burning the midnight oil to get into it, and my hard work paid off. And I was a banker in a nationalized bank for almost 12 years, and now I am shouldering all my responsibility as a homemaker, proud homemaker, ma'am.
That's amazing. And that
And
word really
recent,
makes a lot of sense when you say I am a proud homemaker. That makes a lot of sense
yes,
actually. Right? So that's
yes,
really
ma'am.
great.
Yes.
Because we always
Thank
crib
you.
about the kind of work we do at home when we stay at home, when we are a homemaker. Many people crib about that all the time, that we are not able to go out and do anything, and we are just handling our household chores and confined to these four walls. But you are really proud
Yes.
about it, so that's great. But still you're doing a lot of other things as well, so that's really commendable, and that's inspiring as well at the same time.
Ma'am, actually, this I should say, ma'am, you are doing so many works. Actually, I'm now recently I have embarked on this channel, ma'am. That was also a reason I want to what regret my losing job. I quit my job, so I was scolding my daughters for silly reason. I got emotion and I got what to stress without any reason. And
Hmm.
whenever I saw my daughters, I just scold them or blame them for silly reasons. And my daughter, she was the one who actually encouraged me to start something so that she will not get any scolding from me.
Right. She's pretty smart in that case.
Yes, but now she is enjoying after seeing my subscribers and my
Mm-hmm.
likes, views, and she is enjoying. And every day it is her habit. As soon as she gets up her from bed and she sees my mobile, and she actually shows some happiness on her face. I love to see that happiness on her face, ma'am.
Right, right. That's amazing. And that's so natural to get frustrated when you have done a lot in your life before and now you're not able to do anything. So we tend to frustrate, right? And then we
Yes,
burst
ma'am.
out on our kids too. So that's good that your kid has motivated you to start a YouTube channel and now she's enjoying and you are enjoying as well. That's even
Yes,
the
ma'am.
great thing, you know?
Yes,
Right.
ma'am. Yes.
So how
Actually,
many
she
days has
gives
it been?
me. It's been 2 months, ma'am, or nearing 2 months.
Okay, so how is it going?
Yes, ma'am. It has been going so good and so well, and I believe that how we are working towards it, we will get the fruit from it, ma'am. So it is within our hand, and we have to put some effort. Then we will get the benefits.
Mm-hmm, definitely, definitely. And in such a short span of time, you have actually mastered this language, I must say, because I can see the potential in you of teaching this language, actually. You can teach people this
Oh,
language. So
oh,
that's
thank you
really
so much,
great.
ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So how do
And
you
I have
manage?
co-learners.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. I do have co-learners, ma'am, and we are doing conversation regarding practice, ma'am, daily basis on daily basis.
Okay, so where do you practice with them?
Online, ma'am, through
Online, as
online.
in on Skype or Teams, something like that?
Google Meet, ma'am, in Google Meet.
Okay, okay, that's great. So you do practice on daily basis?
Yes, ma'am, is on daily basis, and I get some amount from them also.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you teach them, is it?
Yes, ma'am. As a practice, I teach them as a practice for spoken English.
That's amazing. And you have a great potential of being a teacher, I must say. So you should definitely
Thank you so
try
much,
it.
ma'am. Thank you
Great.
so much. And I also getting some messages, mails regarding teaching and the classes taking and so on, ma'am. So I'm thinking that for that, and I thought that let me take one more year to just polish myself. But I don't know, ma'am. But they are asking me continuously to take
Mhm.
classes, but
But
I
I
don't
feel
know.
that you should not wait for one more year because, knowledge sharing is always beneficial to you only. When you share
Yes,
whatever
ma'am.
you've been learning, you're able to register that in your mind forever. So that is definitely going to benefit you only, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I'll do, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your suggestion.
Okay, great,
And
great.
ma'am, for the 2 days I haven't seen your vlog, ma'am. I'm great fan of it.
Vlogs, right?
Yes, ma'am. Vlogs.
Okay, that's amazing. I started doing it consistently recently only, but before that, I was not confident about my vlogging. But now that everybody was asking about, English vlogs, and then I thought, what should I create? So sometimes I show silly things as well.
It's okay, ma'am. Actually, it is very, very nice and natural.
Hmm. But I'm
You're
glad that
thinking
people
in
like me
between.
as I am.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, actually, that is the plus point, ma'am. That is the plus point of yours. And you are such a natural and without doing much. And you are just as it is, like us.
Hmm.
And we are treating you as our neighbor. And like that, we are treating you.
That's so sweet. Yes. I also feel like I already know you all. Whenever I meet,
Yes.
someone new, I don't feel like I'm meeting a stranger. I feel like I already know them.
Because we are thinking about you, right, ma'am, while watching your videos and you are watching your vlogs. So it must be in your mind like that.
Right, right. We are already familiar with each other. That's good.
Each
We've
other
we have
is.
created a family actually. There is a
Yes,
community
ma'am.
of like-minded people. So it's a great thing. I wish I had this
Yes,
community before, a long back. But yes, it's never too late again.
yes, ma'am. Absolutely correct.
Right. Okay. So I am curious to know, how are your days, like day-to-day life? How is your day-to-day life? How do you manage different things?
My day-to-day works. Now it's a vacation for us, ma'am. We came to my native place, and I am helping my mom in doing kitchen works. And along with that, I am taking care of my daughters with my nibblings, and they are also here. And I assign some work tasks. to them, and I monitor them whether they are doing it perfectly or not. And at the end of the day, I make sure that I give them, present them with a gift. So in order to get that gift, they are actually want to pretend to be happy and pretend to be stay together, so that they
Mm-hmm.
will not fight. They will not create any what to say, ma'am, fight within them.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. That's a
So I'm
smart move,
using
really.
yes, ma'am. I'm using some strategies so that they will not quarrel with each other.
Mm-hmm. That's great. That's great. You're a smart mom.
Thank you, ma'am. And I saw your one of your video about globe jamun, socks globe jamun, right, ma'am?
I can never forget that.
Yes, I was literally laughing, ma'am. I was doing some show in my kitchen, but after hearing that, I could not control myself. I just put everything aside and I was laughing for some time.
Uh-huh, right. I think we all have these kind of stories with our kids. Do you have
Yes.
something like something funny to
Yes,
share?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My daughter, she once she took one that kajal, right, ma'am? Kajal, and she had applied on her palm, like full of black, and she just that what to say, stitch her hand on the wall, and
Mm-hmm.
everywhere it is like a black mark on the wall.
Mm, okay.
And as soon as my father arrived, he scolded me for that.
Mm-hmm. She scolded you for that.
No, he scolded me for
Your
that.
husband?
And yes, ma'am. Actually, that is for funny, so that she will
Mm-hmm.
not do that hereafter, right, ma'am?
Okay. That's really funny. Look, people do that very often. My kids have,
Yes.
completely, my walls are, completely scribbled with colors and
Oh,
then watercolors, sketches. I can't even show it to someone. Sometimes I feel embarrassed, but then feel that it's okay. Who will do these things,
yes,
Once they
yes,
grow up, they're not going to do the same thing again. So it's
yes,
okay, you know.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your kid?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
want if you want to look after
No,
her,
no,
you can.
ma'am. Actually, they have given me a juice, ma'am, a tumbler of juice.
Okay, okay, great, great.
Thank you, ma'am. My elder one, she knows some cooking items, ma'am. She knows to prepare chutney and idli. She knows to prepare idli, dosa, and all. And she always loves to cooking. She
Hmm.
she does that most of the time, ma'am.
Wow, that means your future is bright. Your kid is
Yes,
going to
yes.
help you
But
in future.
yes, ma'am. Now itself, she is helping me, ma'am, and she
Uh-huh.
knows what to do and what to pack before going to somewhere. And I have trained, like I have somewhat, ma'am, training her.
That's impressive, I must say. How old are your kids, by the way?
My elder one is in seventh standard, ma'am, and younger
Hmm.
one is in UKG.
Okay, great, great. So, what kind of advice can you give to the parents, those who have their kids in the same phase, like seventh standard? Let's talk about seventh standard only because for
Yes,
UKG,
ma'am.
for little kids, we have already, we can't plan anything with them. So,
Yes.
obviously, you have to experiment, you have to see what works for them. But for a kid in seventh standard,
Yes,
how
ma'am.
old is he, by the way?
12, ma'am. She turns 12 this December.
Okay, so someone in this age group, like from 11 to 15, what advice would you give to the parents out there? How they have to deal with their kids, like to make them really an idle kid, is that right?
Yes.
So that kind
Yes,
of.
ma'am. The first thing I would say that we should not compare them, ma'am, with anyone, irrespective of their talent, irrespective of their habits. We should not compare them with anyone, ma'am. And if they start comparing us, then we don't have any answer to reply for them, ma'am. And the first thing I do that, ma'am, always I don't compare my daughter with any, and even with her sister.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the main thing, ma'am.
Right, right.
And we should listen to them, ma'am. Whatever they say, we should not interrupt them and we should not question them. As
Mm-hmm.
it is, we should listen to them and then we have to answer them or we have to ask any questions from them, ma'am.
Right, right. That's correct. And that was so deep when you said that we shouldn't compare our kids to others. And what will
Yes.
happen if they will compare, us with
Yes, ma'am.
someone else. That
Someone
was
else.
definitely
Yes.
deep, right? We'll feel
Yes.
completely miserable if our kids will compare us with other mothers out there,
Yes.
we'll feel completely
Yes, ma'am.
miserable that time. And then you'll definitely realize that you were doing all these things definitely wrong till now,
Yes.
right? Hmm.
Yes, ma'am. I was doing this before, but I heard this statement from somewhere else, ma'am. After that, I stopped that, and even 2 or 3 days before, I asked her, "See, how is she doing?" And I realized that what will I answer if she repeated that question to me? So I shut my mouth up, ma'am.
Right, right, right. Yes, yes. You need that push in your life. You need someone to give you
Yes.
that, that sign, that signal that you're doing it wrong. So we all
Yes.
do that. We tend to compare because it's in our upbringing actually, right?
Yes.
So we
Yes,
just
ma'am.
need to fix that now. And that's definitely not good
Certainly,
to
ma'am.
compare our kids with others. And because everybody is unique. That's the thing. And
Unique.
now this generation parents are not after scores and marks and whatsoever it is for which we compare our kids to others, but they are now more into their mental stability and physical health. Right? We are more concerned about those things. Even my kids are quite young. My elder one is 6 and the younger one is 4, so I'm not much concerned about how much marks they get in school. I'm more concerned about their health, their mental
Yes.
stability. You know, they should be happy all the time. They shouldn't have any kind of stress because kids also have stress. We feel that
Yes,
only
ma'am.
adults have stress, but they also have their kind of stress, right?
Yes. And
Mm.
we should actually make them to get rid of that, ma'am. Otherwise, they would feel stress, even more stress. They don't have anyone to share their problem. Then it would lead to somewhere else. So that should not be happen. At the first itself, we should try to was demolish that.
Mm-hmm. Right, right.
We
Definitely. We
should
have to
some
give them
hear
our
their
time.
words, ma'am.
Mm.
Is correct, ma'am.
Right. And you know what? One thing that mothers do a lot for their kids. They are completely and all the time concerned about their kids. But what do you think that what should be the role of a father in their kids' upbringing?
Ma'am, actually, they should treat their wives well because they are actually listening and observing the words spoken by the mother and father, ma'am. So
Mm-hmm.
the words should be what to say. It should be very considerate and it should be very polite. Even without knowing, also they should not use any words, vulgar words, or any scolding words, ma'am. They actually they are following that and they are repeating it, and
Mm-hmm.
without knowing the meaning, they are using it, ma'am.
Right,
So the
right.
words, even he tends to use his. Shit, shit. Actually, he tends to use his stress, ma'am, inside the house, but that should not be happen. And the kids are observing how he is treating his wife.
Mm-hmm. Right, right.
Okay.
Yes, true, true. But the other excuse comes here that fathers are really busy in, earning bread for a family and all that. But all the fathers are busy. All the mothers are also busy managing the house, and then also they look after their kids as well. So for those fathers who are really busy in their life and earning bread for the family, but still, do you agree that they need to sit with their kids and they need to spend some time with them? What are your views about this?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely, it is needed, ma'am. It is indeed incredible responsible for the dad, ma'am. They should do that, and irrespective of their job, irrespective of their busy schedules, they should spend at least half an hour or 20 minutes with their kid and also with their wife. And
Right,
they
right.
must have asked what is happening and what is happening around our house and how are they treating and how do they feel about others and what happened actually in their school and everything,
Hmm.
ma'am.
True,
Are you
true,
all
true.
right? And have you had your food? And this is the main thing, ma'am. He should ask.
Right, right. Yes, yes. They
These
should also be
basic
concerned
things,
about their
ma'am.
family.
Yes, these basic things. That's all.
Hmm.
But I am sure that husbands are really taking care of their wives, children in money and whatever they want to go, room and all that and all, ma'am. But
Hmm.
these deep questions, it is missing, ma'am.
Hmm.
They are not concerned about their health, and they are thinking that I have given enough money for the family to
Mm-hmm.
run a family, and I have taken her to somewhere else. That is enough, but that is not at all enough, ma'am.
Hmm.
some
Yes.
some what concerned question is needed.
Right. No matter how much efforts you put to run your family, but that is not enough, right?
Yes,
Because
yes,
these responsibilities are never ending, I must say. When you get married, that comes with lots of responsibilities. And when you have kids, that's even overwhelming, I must say. So, since you have
yes,
already stepped into this married life, so you have to shoulder that responsibility. You can't run from it,
yes,
right? And if you want a
yes,
happy
ma'am.
family, you have to dedicate your little time for them as well, no
Yes, we
matter
should
what
have
you're doing.
endurance. Yes, ma'am. You should have endurance, and for silly reasons, we should not shout at the our kids or to the other partner.
Hmm. Right, right. At the same time, it's very important for both the partners to cooperate. It's not like handling
Yes,
kids is just mother's responsibility and father has to go out and earn a bread. It's both of their responsibility, right? I also ask my husband
yes,
to help me in, stuffs related to kids, like dressing them up for school and all that things. So he also helps me in that. So they should
yes,
not
yes, ma'am.
feel, inferior in this case. They should not feel that
Yes,
my wife is belittling me and demeaning me. But it's both of our responsibility, right? We are in a new generation now, and I think this is in every household that both the partners run the house when they are together. Then only they are able to run the house smoothly. Otherwise, it will somehow, there would be a disaster kind of thing.
yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
Sometimes husband he should express his thoughts or stress, ma'am. That time the wife should actually patiently listen to him and without uttering a single word or without opposing him.
Hmm.
Afterwards he would realize that I did a mistake and I should apologize her. That time she should not show her angry. She should accept that, and like this the family should go, ma'am.
Right, right. That's so true. We have to put ourselves in, someone else's shoes. If our
Yes,
husband is really stressed, then we need to put ourselves in his shoes and think about that and then only react accordingly. Yes,
yes,
that's
ma'am.
so true.
And we have to think that we are not husband and wife, and we are parents, we are father and mother to our kids. And if we
Hmm.
have that thought, that concern in our mind, then we would actually avoid some fights or disputes among us, ma'am, between us.
Right, right. That's so true. Sometimes we can simply avoid. Maybe that feels really important at that time and we fight over that. But later on, it will simply dissolve in the air, you know? You'll
Yes.
not even realize that it was so baseless, it was so insignificant that we were fighting about.
Yes, of course, ma'am.
Okay, great, great, great. So, do you have any questions for me?
Yes, ma'am. How do you manage doing all this, ma'am? And while doing vlogs, how to
Hmm.
pronounce that, ma'am? Vlog.
It's vlogs, vlogs.
Vlogs. Actually, I don't know what is meant by vlogs, ma'am.
Video blogging is called vlogs. Like
Vlogs. Okay.
we write
Okay,
blogs,
ma'am.
and vlogs is something we record.
Okay. And what are the challenges you faced when you are recording vlogs, and
Mm-hmm.
obstacles and hindrance, and what's your plan to overcome those, and what's your future plan about vlogs, ma'am?
Okay, so I'm not planning much about it, but yes, whenever I create a vlog, I sometimes struggle with the content that I should, add into that. So I don't think much about it actually. What I do that I simply turn on my camera and I start speaking whatever comes to my mind. So fortunately, I have an audience who are ready to listen to whatever I say. So that's why I'm little fortunate about it. So that's why whatever comes to my mind, I simply record it that time. Sometimes I
Okay.
also struggle with framing some kind of sentences, like our everyday sentences. That time I take help of ChatGPT, like how to,
Okay.
speak this sentence in English, and then I learn it and I use it. Right. So this is something I really like about what I do because whenever I get stuck, I'm giving myself an opportunity to learn something new. So that's really good
Okay.
about vlogging, I must say. because
Okay.
the first and the foremost thing that when you express yourself, you should be able to express whatever is there in your mind. So when you vlog, you simply express whatever in here, right? And whenever you get stuck,
Okay.
you're learning. So when you are completely fine with, when you are able to speak in flow about your day to day life, you're good to go. You are a great speaker.
Okay.
Because speaking on a particular topic is a different thing, and speaking about everyday life, everyday thoughts, whatever comes to your mind is completely different. So you have to
Okay.
master that first, right? Or you can do it parallelly as well. You can talk about topics and then you can do blogging as well. There is no need to post that, like it's not compulsory to post that on any kind of YouTube channel or so. You can do it for yourself too. So you'll realize wherever you are getting stuck, wherever you need any help. So you'll learn a lot in that case. So these were the struggles that I face. Other than that, I really enjoy vlogging my days, but still, for me, every day is same, almost same. So I struggle with
Okay.
content a little bit, but
Yes.
yes, you can express, you can, narrate a story as well. You can share your experience. You can give them some tips and tricks related to English, right? So there is a lot of things that you can do in your vlogs only. So
Okay.
yes, that thing. And I would say it's a little difficult to manage, but what I do before this call also, I was creating my video only. So whatever time I get, I try to do it. So I can say I think I'm done with first 10 minutes of video. Now after this call, I'll try to add something
Okay.
more to it. Later on, I'll edit the video and post it on YouTube. So this is how I manage. Because if you'll think that I have to, get my 1 hour free for my vlog and I'm not able to manage it, so that you'll not be able to do it at all. So whatever little time you're getting, just do it little by little, and at the end of the day, compile it, and then you
Okay.
can post. Then you can post. So that's
Okay,
what I'm
ma'am.
doing.
And one more thing, ma'am, you are doing such things, right, ma'am? Do you think that you are missing your children by allocating yourself in various platforms and various things, ma'am? Or do you even manage spending time with your kids and families, ma'am? I know that you are doing and you are doing everything on your own and you are cooking and your relatives that I saw, ma'am. And even though I would like to ask this question, ma'am.
Mhm. Okay, so I would say not really, because when my kids go to school, that time I try to create some video, I try to take my classes or conversation, so they are away. So that time I do. And when they come back from school, they also indulge in screen time as well. Like they watch TV. That time I can do my stuff because they don't need me at
Okay.
that time. And 7 to 8:30 I teach them. So I'm completely with them. Right? Other
Okay.
than that, they don't need me much. When I'm kitchen, they keep on stepping into kitchen and asking me for various things. So that time I take care of them. They only need me for food or for TV.
Alright.
Other than that, they don't need me, right?
Yes.
So I'm
They
always
actually
there.
they themselves, right, ma'am? They do something with themselves. They
Yes,
manage.
yes. They both are boys and almost of the same age. So they play with each other. Sometimes they quarrel too. So that time I have to act as a referee between them.
Yes.
So yes.
Yes.
And there is one perk that I live in a joint family. So my
Yes.
whenever my in-laws are around with my kids, then that time I can be at my peace. I can take my sessions peacefully. That yes, they are also taking care of them. So that's a
Yes.
perk to live in a joint family.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, do they know that you are in this position? You have reached a certain position in YouTube and you have so many followers and about everything. Do they know, ma'am? Do they know about you, ma'am, as well?
Yes, they do know. And one day she was only telling me that, yes, you posted this vlog yesterday only and you've got this many views. Like she was telling me, I said, I already know.
Oh, wow.
But I didn't know that
So
she's
sweet, ma'am.
also following me. I got to know about that.
Actually, yes, ma'am. So, what to say? It was so amazing, right, ma'am, to know that she is also following you and she knows that what you are doing and she also supports you.
Right, right. It definitely
Yes,
feels so
actually,
great.
you day before is Yes, ma'am. Before yesterday, you came for online, right, ma'am? For live. That was serendipity for me, ma'am. That time only I actually messaged you on live, and I got this opportunity, ma'am, to have you here.
That's great. And in that live, actually, I was so exhausted. I started with a good tone. Like I set the tone really nice, but later on, I was feeling so exhausted because the day
Yes,
was
ma'am.
really a very tiring
Yes,
day
ma'am.
for me.
I could see that. Yes, ma'am. But it was your first live session, ma'am. Was it your first live session, ma'am?
I guess it was my fourth.
Fourth, but I saw that saw that only, ma'am.
Okay, great, great. Okay, so Mahalakshmi ji, we are running out of time. Do you have any more
Yes.
questions?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Not now, not, ma'am. But afterwards, I'll ask you, ma'am, in our next session.
Definitely. I would love to meet you again. And thank you so much for joining
Yes.
me today. I really loved having conversation with you. I mean, you
Thank you
have,
so much, ma'am.
such a nice vibe. Like we can relate with each other because we both are homemakers, we both are mothers. So it feels great to meet someone just
Thank you
like
so
you.
much, ma'am. Yes. And ma'am, do shorts, ma'am. Like, so do I. Actually, from you only, I came to know that phrasal verb. So do I. And like
Uh-huh.
that, also, we try to do them, ma'am.
Great, great,
So
great,
do
great.
I. Yes.
I also
After
get to learn
actually
a lot
using
from
that,
you.
thank you so much, ma'am. It actually shows you are down to the earth, ma'am. And try to do that type of phrasal verbs also, ma'am.
Mhm.
And from you only, I learned that word. And after using that word, I feel that I'm doing something great.
Right. You feel that, I'm speaking like a native speaker now when you use these kind of phrases.
Yes.
Ah, right, right. Great, great, great. Okay, so keep doing. You're already doing great, and I'm sure you are going to rock YouTube.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for your blessing. And I too expect you to get 1 million, ma'am, subscribers soon.
Wow. May God bless your words. Okay, okay
Okay, ma'am.
then.
Surely
See
you'll
you
get
again.
soon, ma'am.
Okay, bye. Take
Thanks.
care.
Yes. Thank you.